up, everybody? Look at those two handsome faces right there. What's up, guys? Hey, we're gonna get going. Sorry, misplaced the link, and Austin is taking care of us. So, all right, we're gonna let people roll in. Gonna have some fun today. I actually went out today, boys, and had some had some fun myself, doing some of the things that you got to practice what you preach, right? So, uh, let's just get this all set up. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for cruising in here on a Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. I know everyone's got a lot of things going on. What's up, Eric? We got Austin there. Good to see you, brother. Oh, Austin, is that your speak one more time? Oh, all right. I was gonna say it was a little choppy, I think. Maybe it was me. What's up, everybody? We got the note takers coming in. We got Robert saying howdy, y'all. All right. So we got the Oregon Coast. We got Daytona Beach. Santos, what's up? All right, guys, we are going to be, oh, we got Northwood, New Hampshire. I love that. All right, so guys, we are going to go into something that I don't talk about often, and we don't talk about really inside of the communities a lot. It's tax delinquencies. We all know about it. We all talk about it amongst ourselves or on deals, or I mean, we all pay taxes. If you own a property, if you own properties, you got to pay the tax, man. Uncle Sam wants that money. So what does that mean? We're going to get into that today, and it's going to be a good one. So I also going to use an unconventional method too of going while you're looking for a tax collection list or a tax delinquent list, right? Let's say you're going to a county, and all of this I want to do because I want to show that we can do it, not just with the software, not from just pulling generic lists from any software that you're using out there. It's very important that I think in your backyard, you can do this. I don't care if you're in New York, you're in California, wherever you are, even if you are not a buyer or you are not the right fit for the assets in that area, maybe because of laws, right? In politics, blue states, red states, there are still people operating assets in those markets that they know how to do it. They know how to overcome it. So you could make a fee on that, be a connector on this, get your first deal, find a buyer, right? Fulfill the obligation or fulfill what their need is, which is a buy box. All of this we can talk about today. So, all right, no sound just now. I don't know if that's me. Roger, that might just be you. You guys can hear me.
You're good, Justin.
All right, thank you. I'm starting to not fall for it, and I know Pace is really good at not falling for that anymore. Sound is good. Thank you. All right. So, Eric, what's up, brother? Thanks for jumping in today on the deal sauce. We'll call it our deal sauce. What do we do? What are we going to call that? Development meeting?
2.0 development meeting.
Oh, so fun. Guys, you have no idea what's coming. What's going to hit you.
It's going to be good stuff. I think it's just
going to
going
be really good stuff.
Yeah, elevate anything you're doing right now to the nth degree. It's going to be good.
Eric, who are you? Why are you speaking?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
Tell everyone who you are.
Yeah, so my name is Eric Irvine. I am in the San Francisco Bay Area. Been part of the community for about 3.5 years or so. Been working on Deal Sauce since day one with Justin. So know it pretty darn well and love just getting on here and talking shop and answering any questions that anybody has. I use it primarily to raise money and to find lending opportunities. Yeah, like I said, know it inside and out, and excited to see what you're going to be doing today.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good one. This one is, like I said, this is a boots on the ground. What spawned this? And well, first of all, thank you, Eric. Yeah, what spawned this, guys? Up, my name is Justin Tuminowski. I am part of Deal Sauce. This is a community-based software, so this is not just a one person. It's not just a guru thing. It's not some BS. We're taking it super serious, and so what Eric was getting to is like we're always developing, we're always going, pushing the boundaries. Eric is in charge of the private money side of things. So, gosh, dang it, when we were talking about it last night, we were going through a development today, but even last night we were going. I almost want to show people like the little diagram I have right here, but I won't because this is public. But there's so much more in the tank and so many more cool features that are coming. So Yeah, I'm excited for it. And then this is just the tip of the iceberg here where we're like, hey, we do tax delinquents, we do tax liens, tax deeds, tax certificates. Now, we're going to touch a little bit about that today. We're not going to go fully into the full realm of taxes. But I also want to talk about just county violations and how about a building code violation list? How about I have too many unregistered vehicles in one of my properties and that the city is coming after me. There's usually a problem there. My grass, I'm going to show you guys today. There's a funny one about someone's grass. All right. They got a violation on their grass. And it actually, well, you know what? You're just going to have to wait. I'll have to show you, but it's pretty comical. But guys, my name is Justin Tuminowski. Thanks for being here. I am in the New Hampshire market, New England market, and I am a real estate investor. All right. Just like everyone here or aspiring to be. One of my friends here that's brand new, and I met them over at Squat Up Summit. I have Jose and his father. Jose is the father, and Ezra is a 14-year-old young man. And they both were at Squat Up Summit. So kudos to Jose for bringing his son Ezra into the mix and hanging out with a bunch of crazy investors, 3,000 of them. But we were just talking one night. That's what everyone does at these meetups. So you're on the Zoom tonight. Give yourself, some credit. If you go to a meetup, local meetup, regional meetup, countrywide meetup like we just did, give yourself some credit because you're putting yourselves in those rooms. And Jose came up to me and was like, "Hey, Justin, like, love what you guys are doing over at Deal Sauce and creative finance and all the things we do." But he's like, "I want to get my son involved." So we're going to show you in a short while, in a little bit, we're going to bring Jose and Ezra up, and we're going to just do it like it's a 14-year-old, like it's one of my kids, right? And my kids are just behind him. And so this is kind of a little warm up for me. It's a warm up for anyone at home. And I'm looking at it going, if a 14-year-old can do it, any one of us can. And I know it's possible because we've seen these stories before. So this is a little challenge for me as well. So let's get into it. So Pam says, "Hey Justin, my daughter and I chatted with you at Squad Up Summit. Yep, pleasure to meet you. Thank you, Pam. Love it. Absolutely. Great time over at that place." So, all right. Let me see if I can mix it up here on this board. All right. So, guys, we're going to talk about a little instance today. All right. So I went through my local county and I stopped and paid a visit to the tax collector. So let me bring up a map here. Show you guys 1 second. So I got a couple files, couple things cooking. Where is everybody out of here? I want to make sure I get some in the side chat. Can you please hit me where you're from? Give me a state or a county because we're going to be doing a little bit of this today.
We're all over the place today.
Yeah, like that. All right, cool. So most of the West Coast, most of the country is going to be a county. I want to bring up this little map that I have here. I'm going to try to find it for you guys. I lost it. So we have Deal Sauce, and we're going to look at, gosh dang it. Bear with me, guys, 1 second. All right, right here. I got it. Let me share my screen for you guys. I want to show you something, what we are actually going to be talking about. I'm going to set the foundation. I got to warm up here. I got to warm you guys up. Talk about, I'm not just going to go right into pulling lists. It makes no sense. I want you guys to understand sort of what the thing is that's going on. All right. You know what I might as well do? I'll just take a picture of this. And I have I got a couple of free things that I'm going to give you guys today too as well that we'll bring up. I got a whole handout. Cool. Come on. Sorry, guys. I wasn't prepared for this one piece. Come on. I'll find it. All right. Well, I'm going to bring that back up. I want to show you guys a couple of different things. So, what we're going to get into right now, I'm going to show you three things: government lists, right at your fingertips, and where we get those and how they come about. So, Eric, can you see the pin screen? Nice
I
and
got
bright.
your blackboard there,
All
but it
right. All right, cool.
is, the three
Right
of
on.
us are still on here as well. So I don't know if you
All
want to
right.
make it bigger for everybody, take over.
Sure. Sure. Let me spotlight this. Let me pin this. So, guys, we're going to talk about tax delinquent, but also I want to bring up today where you can obtain, and I'm going to show you the violations. Pretty funny, pretty comical that what some of these are. But the last deal I just did was a $50,000 assignment on a decrepit, it was literally a shack on land, and the owner just was using it as his hoarder haven. So where did I find that deal that I would not be able to find on any software, on any other plan? Like, you can do driving for dollars, but there's nothing else that's going to really populate that other than your two eyeballs going to see the violations and see really what it's going to take and what that owner is up against. Because what they were going to do with this violation, they told him on this shack that was falling down, he was just stuffing it. He didn't even live there. He would drive there once a month, and he would just bring more junk into it. So they said, hey, on January, I don't know, it was like the January 10th, we're going to knock it down. So we're going to bulldoze it if you do not do something before us. And then we're going to bill you back. So they were going to charge him back on the cost to knock this down. So it was just a matter of time. I sent him a direct mail piece. I've also called him. And I think it was the call first that did not work. Everyone was calling. Everyone was sending direct mail from what he told me. But what it was timing. Timing is everything in this business to some degree, right? It could be the right place, right time. It can also be when you do follow up. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But I want to talk about the sequence and how it's so inconsistency pays off all the time. All right. We did something, I think it was yesterday, but what I really want to talk to you guys about is just here, I'll put this here. Go up there. All right. We're really, and this is for Ezra, it's everything you're doing is how I'm looking at it in my brain is effort times the direction that equals the results. So someone could be like, well, Justin, I'm doing co-living right now. I'm doing this. I'm bird dogging. I'm doing that. This is perfect. No problem. I'm doing RV parks. Great. But at the end of the day, like, you have to still have the effort. You need the direction. That's great that it's an RV park. You know that I'm doing co-living. I know that I'm a bird dog. Whatever it is that you are doing, that's great. You have the direction. You need to make sure you have the effort. Everyone does the direction. They think they know this, but they lack this. That's what I feel. And of course, the end result is missing. So, that is to me is the biggest thing right now. So if we understand what we're doing, sure, we're going to be talking about tax liens or even the flags that come up from that. It's really just a flag saying like, all right, they're starting to become late. The homeowner is becoming late. That's all we're going to get through today. So, uh, I just want you guys to understand, like, you don't have to do this strategy, but if we're brand new, I still think no matter what strategy you're doing, I would get my butt over to the tax collector or the county or the building department because to me, it's so vital to know in your backyard what is going on. And you can write mailers at night. Again, we'll talk about all these, how to get the strategies going and off the ground. But first off, we have to understand, like, where are we going for this? So this morning, all right, where is this link? All right, I'm going to get you guys some slides. And I'm just going to paint the picture of what really is going on. I only got a couple slides for you guys to see. This was exactly what I was doing this morning. So here we go. Pretty comical. Get rid of this. Eric, I'm going to ask if you can watch the chat, please, brother.
Always.
All
Okay.
right. So, guys, check it out. There's my ugly mug this morning. Just got out of the gym and I drove down to the next city over, which is I'm in New Hampshire, guys. I'm in New England. Again, I invest here. I own houses and assets from Florida up the whole East Coast. But I know you guys are all over the country, so I appreciate you so much. But just check it out. This is the local area. It's more of a small city next to me. There's probably like 45, 50,000 people and walked my butt right in there many times before. But I looked at them. I'm just trying to like, I actually was the lunatic in there today, taking pictures, taking selfies, I was expecting someone to probably tell me, what are you doing? Because that's not the right thing to be doing in public places anymore. But, the tax collector I wanted to show you was on the first floor and I was looking for code enforcement. Now, your offices might be different. It might even have the water department. Like Public Works actually is somewhere I should probably have gone. You can see it right there where maybe you have your own utilities in that city or town and anything that gets a bill, anything that is government related, it does not go away, especially local. They stick onto you like a leech. And I can dive into a lot of that later, but and what I mean by that is, you know, you can owe taxes. The taxes supersede a mortgage. And I'm sure you may or may not know that, but if you have a mortgage on your house and for some forsaken way it was taken by the government because you did not pay the taxes, that supersedes the mortgage. The bank is too bad, so sad. So I showed you guys, we have just the directory, and that's me at the counter. All right. It was actually, her name was Norma. Norma was actually helping me. And what I asked Norma today is, and this was probably the easiest for me, this results may vary. Right? I just want to be very clear, but I went up to the tax collector's desk and I just said, hey, hi, Norma. My name is Justin. And I would love to know who in the town of Derry is delinquent on their property tax. And she looked at me and there was about 3 seconds of a pause. And I go, oh boy, here we go. Oh boy. And then she was like, oh, okay. What email would you like me to email that to? And I was like, come again? Like it was that easy. I was not expecting it because, guys, I will tell you some stories where you get pushback and they roll their eyes and no one wants to do extra work. This woman, it couldn't have been further from the truth. She was sweet as pie. And this was the email today. Um, she had a list as of 3/6. Interesting. So, what is it? Roughly 12 days ago, 13, 14 days ago, whatever it is. Um, so here's what the list looked like. Again, I'm going to show you guys, but it is a lot of line items. It's the tax delinquent, how much it's due and when it's due and all these things. So that was great. But then I wanted to tell you guys, like, I had the other thing circled. I had the building department circled. And I've talked about this on other Zooms before, but again, you're on a Deal Sauce, hangout today. So again, welcome. And I've talked about this 3-ring binder like it's the Lord of the Rings. And I finally got the elusive photo of it because I've never taken a photo of the blank binder. But again, results may vary. But in my area, code enforcement, and I'm not talking about, police code or police enforcement. This is city code. This is building department. And they have this magical 3-ring binder. And actually, the new woman who was behind the desk, I had never met her before and I hadn't been in the office in about a year. And she didn't even know what the binder was. That's the comical part of this. And I said, oh, it's a 3-ring binder. It's white. I've seen it before. And she goes, oh, I don't know what that is. I'm kind of new here. I've never put anything in that. So when she ended up finding it, she told me she never put anything in it. So that worried me. But nope. The thing is, the building department, the building inspector, he is the one who puts the items in this 3-ring binder. And all it was over 100 code violations. And you can see here on the right-hand side, this is various things, but they're giving you a certified receipt. So what they do is if Brian Cripps on the top right-hand side here, whatever he's doing, he might be doing something like building a fence illegally, or he might operate a business where he's not supposed to be. It's all those things. But they're going to issue Brian a certified letter stating the trouble, the violation, and they're going to put one in this 3-ring binder as a copy, as a tracker. And I go in and I just ask, hey, can I see the 3-ring binder? And you can do that routinely. And I just go in, take a bunch of photos, bring them back to my assistant or my virtual assistant might help me, and she can look through those. Now you can bring it into AI, have AI upload all the photos, and let AI do all the work. And so this one particular, I picked just a quick one out. It was three unregistered motor vehicles at that address. But guys, why would I care about that? Well, where there's three unregistered vehicles, most likely there's more problems. And that's just one of those things. It's a key indicator. It doesn't mean maybe the guy's running maybe he's selling them. Either way, he's not allowed to have any more than, can't have three at least. But this one was funny. This one was a cool one. Property is overgrown beyond 8 inches weed height allowed by the 2015 International Property Maintenance Code. The structure is in a state of dilapidation. Interesting. This is exactly what I was looking for. This one right here was my $50,000 assignment, was the last time I saw one of these. So you go door knock, you find that person, you put that into deal sauce now, or again, wherever you want to go. And I'll show you guys how this is done on a massive scale using deal sauce. This is how deals are done. This is not going to, unless you're driving by, that's the only way you're going to get it. But they also, if you're driving by, you don't know this gentleman has a violation, nor will you ever know unless you get your butt in the county clerk's office. So I'm super motivated to like show you guys this because I think I love it so much, honestly. So deals in your backyard, that is just a fraction of what you can be doing. Does everyone agree? Should I stop and go home from here? Should we be done?
Yeah. Definitely go home.
Definitely.
But so you're doing this in your backyard. It's easy. You've done it a million times. I think I've done it with you once. We get in the car, we drive down there. You have the New Hampshire driver's license. They're not going to question why you're doing this. Can you do this from a distance? And
Absolutely.
what type of information? I mean, I'm in California. If I call the office in New Hampshire, are they going to give me the same information, or am I going to get some pushback?
No, bro. I mean, this is pretty much law. All right. And I am not an attorney. We can get into some of the Freedom of Information Act, right? That was enabled that is
Mhm.
allowing folks to seek this type of information. Now, we're definitely going to get into it. Good question. You can do it remotely. You can do email. My assistant did it for the last 5 years from the Philippines to the point where her email was just she would just reply every 6, 12 months to the tax collector in whatever town it was or county. And
Mhm.
they would just see the chain. And then you go, well, how do I say no to that?
Yeah.
Like this person was clearly have been getting what they want. And it's just that. But what I have to say also is why it was so easy today. I actually went to, actually, let's bring them up. Jose, what's going on, brother? Let's bring them up. Gentlemen,
Hey Justin, how you doing, man? Can you hear
good,
me
brother.
okay?
I can hear you. Ezra, bro,
Hey
did you go to school
Justin.
today?
Yeah, sadly.
Oh, you can't say sadly here. For now,
Yeah.
you got to graduate. Brother, were you motivated after coming out of squad up? What does it
Yeah,
feel?
yeah, I was definitely excited. I've been wanting to like get back with people that I uh contacted on with Blink. I got about like 60 contacts from just walking around saying hi. Um, Me and my dad on the plane home, we were like comparing and like counting them. It was fun.
Bro, you
Um,
probably got so many more. How many young chicks were up on your DMs? Come
Hey
on.
Justin, we have a listener over here that might not be so
Sorry, mom.
might not let him go with me.
They
No,
were good boys.
it was an amazing experience. First of all, thank you for the time that you spent with us. It was very inspiring, and especially for Ezra. I remember seeing you last year, and I was like, oh, who's that guy turning churches into micro family and all that good stuff? I was like, man, that's can't wait to get to that point. But yeah, it was a very like I told Ezra, on the way down there, because I wasn't really sure. I was like, am I gonna be the only one down there with, is it gonna be distracting, whatever? But I told him like, hey, buddy, no expectations, just go down there, feel the environment, and the energy and everything. If anybody listening hasn't been to, a part of a squat up, it's an unforgettable experience. Um, it's
Look,
it's
look at it. Even that, it just connected us there. People
yeah,
talk about the money. People talk about, oh, the investment. Now, listen, do not mortgage your house to go to an event, right? But there's a will, there's a way, and next year it's April, San Diego. So we're closer to you guys. You're going to be the West Coast, and it's going
yeah.
to be a good time. And I expect to see you boys there, and I hopefully see you before that. But look, like we're going to be friends now and homies and collaborators, just because of we hung out for well over an hour. But
Yeah, man, it was pretty crazy, and your wife, an amazing lady too. Tell her we said hello. But it's funny because the last day we're sitting there, and they give out the location, and Ezra is like, "Dad, we're gonna go." So before we got to the squad up summit, we already got our tickets and everything for next
damn,
year. So
you guys are ahead of the curve. I mean, I don't even have a ticket, but respect for
yeah,
that.
yeah, it's
So, where are you guys from?
Oregon.
All right.
Uh, Northwest.
Where's my Oregon people? Where are we at? Do we got any side chat? So, guys, all right. And you are in, what was it? Newburgh? Was that what it
Yeah,
is?
Newburgh.
All
Yeah.
right. And the
It's about
county is what was it? Yum something?
Yamhill County.
Yum Hill County.
Yeah.
All right. And you were like, dude, can I do deals in my area? How many people are you said when we were like 17,000 people in your backyard?
Actually here in Newburgh, the town, I think it's probably like 25, maybe close to 30.
So you're
Uh,
probably like the dairy that I just showed. It's probably very similar,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, but
Those are the markets I love.
yeah, so I mean, we're almost because we're only about 30 minutes depending where, start tracking from Portland. So we're kind of like in the suburbs of Portland. And so, I mean, like, but I mean, for to do deals, like as you were talking earlier, I'm like, well, actually, one of the questions that I was going to ask you is like, do you got to go to the county, or can you also go to like the city, or
Yeah,
is there
yeah,
just
yep. I'm gonna get into that right now, actually. So let's go right into it. I'm gonna show you guys the map that I was trying to find earlier, um, and I want to show you what it actually takes to to get some of this information. It's not, guys, the results may vary where you are, but trust me, just we're gonna get into it. We're gonna warm this up, and there's gonna be a lot of discussions in this. But we're just talking about folks paying their taxes that are delinquent. And think about it. Delinquencies most often come when you're free and clear. Free and clear, no mortgage. Typically, you're escrowing your mortgage payments, and they're paying with you're going to pay your one mortgage payment, and your taxes come out because let's face it, your mortgage company, the bank's not going to allow you to be behind on your taxes. Now, if you become behind on your taxes, they're going to make sure that they pay it, but you will pay them back. That's for certain. So the boys are over in Oregon here. We're Pacific Northwest area, can we call it?
yep,
Northwest.
yep,
And all this blue, these are all states that require a certain way that they do their taxes. You pay taxes, I'm assuming, and do your taxes in a collection. They're assessed and collected at a county level. There's 40 states. All right. And then you're going to see what's in green. And you guys can take this handout. I can give it to you guys afterwards too. I got a really awesome sheet, like a little 4-pager that's so awesome at the end of this. That's going to go through the FOIA, freedom of information, and everything. But town, local municipality is going to be collected like I was just doing. It's collected by that township, that city, that town. And that's everything in green. And then you have the orange, which is centralized system. Of course, it's Hawaii and like DC, um, Maryland. So that's how it's broken out. So when you're going to go around in certain states, you're going to go to the county. Now, if you were going to go into, um, where was it that you're in Bern, Jose, what town are you in?
Newburgh.
Newburgh. Sorry, all these towns. Newburgh, you're going to end up going to any town locally. Here, watch this. For your violations. So Newburgh, you're going to go, you can get your, any type of city, town code violation. Ezra, that's the one that you can always go. Now, you may get stonewall when you go, hey, I saw that Justin had a 3-ring binder. You need to figure out and you need to talk the woman or gentleman that is at that counter and just be super polite and ask, if someone had a violation, what do they do? How do you notify them? So, and then most often I've gotten stonewall too in some of these places where they go, we don't track that. Well, I said, well, you must track this. How do you not track this? You're issuing a violation. It says at the bottom, you're going to charge them $300 a day if they don't, rectify the situation. And sometimes the clerks genuinely don't know. Like the woman I met earlier, she did not know. It was in her office. It was 8 feet away. So what you're really going to need is just to dig a little bit. And you go, well, let me ask you a question. When, let's say, someone had an illegal fence that was installed or a pool that was installed, or they put an addition on their house and they got caught. You issue a violation. Where does those copies go? How do you track that? And that you might have to work that process out with them. But I assure you that 5 minutes that you're going to spend and a little bit of pushback is going to go a long way. Eric and I have a great story. There was a friend, she's a fellow Deal Sauce Sub 2 community member, and we gave her the same recommendation. It was on a live. And the next week she's like, all right, hey guys, I went and did that. And the woman said, I don't know what you're talking about. I can't give you that. Well, she left the courthouse. I think it was at a courthouse or tax office. She left, talked to herself. Eric, you remember that one?
Yeah. Marianne, I think her name
Yep.
was.
Good,
And
good.
she walked away with her tail between her legs and got about a block down the road and said, well, I got pushed over a little too easy. Let me go back. And not that she put up a fight. She just asked again and said, are you sure I can't have this information? I believe I can. And then the person behind the desk was just like, okay, yeah, you can have it.
See,
So
the answer is always no, because, well, not always, but guys, people don't want to work a little extra hard. They don't want to go find the information. They were in the middle of a YouTube video at work. All right.
yeah,
In the middle of a coffee, doing whatever, Tinder, swiping. And freaking Ezra comes in and wants to like create work for her. Heck no. But I think you just got to push back. So that woman ended up coming back with, like, I think it was like 900 prospects on a tax delinquency list that only you would really get from being in person. Because nothing's better than the horse's mouth. I'll get the information, we'll get the information, but by the time it gets to us, it's sometimes not as good as the horse's mouth that you can go and get it right from. So I hope that paints a picture to some folks out there going, you will experience some troubles and tribulations when you go and try to pull these lists. I would assure you to I'll give you the handout at the end of this. It's in there. There's some scripts in there, some things in there, and to set you up for success. And I'll share some of the emails that I did. So, but guys, I took it upon myself. All right. I'm going to the next thing. I took it upon myself to research your counties. All right. I did like 4 counties in your area. So let me see where I can pull that up. And it's going to be email requests. So I had my assistant do some things and I did some things myself as well over the last week, the last couple of days since Squad Up, because I knew it might take a little bit of time to get this. Now let's see what I did. All right. This is what I said to your, what do you call that? Clackamas?
Yeah, that's Clackamas.
Clackamas County. All right. That's a cool one. And this was me. So I just did a little Google search and I found out that a gentleman who's maybe the head of the tax collection in the tax assessor's office, his name might be Bronson. But I also wanted to make sure, just in case someone else sees it, but I also want to address him by his name or someone's name, just to give a little bit more authority, or maybe I know like I've been there. All right. So I try to personalize it a little bit. And I just said the taxation team. Hope you're doing well. I'm submitting a public request for existing records related to delinquent real property taxes at Clackamas County. Would you please help me research the following? Now, I asked a little bit more. I was asking for more to get shot down potentially, in which I did. But I'll show you all the responses. Oops, sorry about that, guys. Property taxes, delinquent, landowners, addresses, mailing addresses. Come on. There we go. Also, most recent tax foreclosure list or property scheduled for tax foreclosures. Now, I'll teach you guys that in a little bit. I'm going to do a little diagram and I'll show you what tax foreclosures when it gets there. But I'm trying to find the people before they get foreclosed on. That's what we want. And I just said if these records are already maintained in a spreadsheet, CSV or Excel, that would be ideal. But any format is perfect. I'm grateful for your assistance. So polite. And what we got, let's see if the response is here. They weren't the greatest, but this is telling me it's so boilerplate. It might not be that one. They want to charge $110 for that work. Is really what it is. So it says, good afternoon. We cannot provide the list. We can't provide the list. Delinquent property tax cost begins at $110 for the first 1,000 parcels and increases to $10 increments for additional 1,500 accounts. That 110 must be paid at the request. And that, money order, the whole thing. I won't read it to you guys. It's boring, but they want $110 for at least the first 1,000. I would think that 1,000 might be sufficient, but you never know. It can go up from there. So you saw two examples. All right. I went and pulled a list this morning. It took me the woman emailed it within, 3 minutes. And I paid $0. Then Clackamas County. And I think all of these other counties, Washington, Harney, Clatsop. Is that saying that right, guys? It's
Clatsop.
It's policy. It's essentially in the state law of Oregon, they have a policy that says we can charge up to $250, $0 to $250. And that's pretty much countrywide. And I've seen this before. Again, bigger counties, bigger areas, or bigger states, or people that are getting hit up a lot, I would imagine that this is pretty par for the course because you can pay they want you to be able to pay for, the work that it takes to get that. Now, I always you try to ask, hey, whatever the list format is, I'll take it. And most often they just have it. So again, results may vary, guys, but I'll tell you this, $110, it's not the worst. All right. But you can do something like this where we go into here and we'll just go check out, we'll check it for ourselves. So we're going to go into Deal Sauce real quick. Because paying $110 for every county would start to add up. Now, if you're starting to do this at scale, if you start to do this marketing yourself in your backyard, again, it may be free. It may be a little bit. I've been charged $15 for one because, and there was another one too, where my assistant did it over email and they said, send like $5 for the postage. It's an envelope. It's going to be a little bit of weight. We'll print it out and we're going to give you the hard copies. So again, everywhere is different. Let's go into, all right. We're going to Newburgh and I'm going to do a little bit of a custom search here just because I'm not going to go through all the counties. But gentlemen, I'm going to come up and say, we're going to draw this. We might hit a couple counties just by what I'm drawing here. And I'm going to say, all right, Ezra and Jose can comfortably from the center point here, they can comfortably hit this perimeter, different towns, different areas within, 45 minutes, an hour. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, an hour minutes.
So cool. Let's go into this. So I'm going to go into Deal Sauce. Going to go into the filters. I'm going to look for all the assets. I'm actually going to even bring in land because I want it all. We are looking for opportunities here. So we're going to go into property type, land, and mobiles. So we're going to select all residential assets. And then we can go into liens. I'm actually going to check them all. We have everything from assignment of rents, deceased probate, divorce, general liens, HOA liens, judgments, lis pendens, mechanics liens, government tax liens, and utility liens. And we have 2,400. Now, the dates may go back a little bit further, so we're going to push this back. I'll go back, honestly, a year and a half, 2 years, because if they haven't caught up, they could still be running the tally in the last 1 or 2 years. So I may go back, let's go back to January of 24. See what we get. 740. So there's 740 individuals that are having liens on their property. But here's the thing. And now I'm going to show you a couple other tech tips today, guys. So just bear with me. It is going to be pretty impactful. All right. So we're just starting now. This one's actually on the market. This one's pending on market. So they're selling. They got mechanics liens. They're upside down. All right. We can see all the designations and what these things are telling us. High equity tax lien. Most likely they pretty much free and clear if HOA lien, high equity, mechanics liens. So those are all in here. So didn't have to pay $110, but will we get the little areas and the pockets of the country that it might come every once or 2 years? That's all they're given. And that's across the board. I don't care what software you're on. It is what it is. So that's why I want to say your backyard, you better know it. You better pull these lists. You better go to them. And here's the thing, Ezra, you might be able to go down to the county clerk's office. And I would actually suggest that you guys go there. I would play that 14-year-old sad puppy face all day. But I honestly, to be serious, they may not charge that much. They might not charge you at all. If not, you just say like, I'll take any format. Can I just have my town? I would go and ask the question. You're going to need to know this. And that goes for you, Jose. And, you might get a little bit of pushback on why. And you're not going to say, hey, I'm doing commercial blasting out of emails and robocalls and all that. But it's for your educational purposes. It's for you to, you can come in. It's for you to, you want to come hang out? You want to hang out and sit in the back? I have my 9-year-old hanging out. Hey, Gwen, we have a 14-year-old who's going to be learning too. So,
Hey, Gwenny.
all right, cool. So we're going to have, this is the kids session today.
And Justin, building on that, I think Ezra is at a huge advantage to older individuals like us. I mean, as a 14-year-old, if you walk in and you ask for certain information, they're going to be so much nicer to you, in my
Yeah.
opinion. And if you're asking for stuff, they're gonna be like, oh, this kid's curious. He's, I don't know, doing some, school project, or he's trying to learn. There's not going to be as much pushback as if, you or I walked in there.
100%. 100%. So that's what I want you to get. I want you to obtain that list like I got today. I'm going to show you I'll show you that list next. So Ezra, does everything make sense to some degree? Are we understanding about tax? Let me go into a little bit of the tax theory on what that looks like, if you don't mind.
All right.
Cool with that?
Yeah.
All right. So tax can be boring. Rest assured, we're going to get you going. So, we got a house, right? Everyone's typically got a house. They're going to be paying taxes. So every year, sometimes it's quarterly, sometimes it's semi-annually. Let's just say for this sake, it's every year they're going to pay a tax, property tax. And it's $1,000 a year. But oftentimes, this house is free and clear. So there's no mortgage. There's no loan from the bank. And again, I'm going to use that example. Results may vary, but I'm going to try to really keep it simple. So the house is here. No, it's free and clear. No mortgage. They're paying $1,000 a year for the taxes. And that's really great for retirees. That's really great for everybody. That's all their expense is, other than their utilities and cost of living. However, what happens is folks, whether it's an inheritance, or someone has passed away and this property is just sitting here and the family has no idea about it, or maybe it's a piece of land. And the cities and towns and counties allow you most often, again, 1 to, I'm going to say like 5 years to not pay. So they're going to allow you to go delinquent for a little while. And that's what we're looking at right now. We're looking at folks that are, if it has that flag, they're in the middle of that road, right? They're in between that 1 to, again, the expiration date might vary, but 5 years they've not paid. So the example above, maybe at 5 years, they're up to like $5,000 if the taxes never went up. And Right now they owe 5 grand and they're going, oh boy, or they inherited the property. And next thing you know, I got to come up with 5 grand and the late fees and all the things that are attached to this. You're going to see late fees. You're going to see all sorts of things. But again, trying to keep it simple. Now, the process of this goes, you have a delinquency. All right. So from delinquency, then after that period, let's say the 1 to 5 years is what we'll use. You're going to file for a tax lien. They're going to file to take possession or take a lien on the property. All right. And they're going to put a claim. Now, they don't necessarily take it over and kick you out right then and there. They're just putting a claim on it. Think of it as a lien. I mean, it's just like a lien holder, like a bank note, like the bank is taking a mortgage. But this might now be that 5,000 grew to, let's just call it round numbers with interest over the years. It's now $10,000. All right. That thing's starting to go up. There's a lot of late fees and they like to rack those babies up. What happens from here? Then it goes into, this is where I'm going to start to just kind of, we're going to stop here in a minute, but I'm going to show you guys that's a tax certificate. All right. And then it goes into a tax foreclosure where then someone can actually seize the property like any one of us. But again, we're going to stop these last two here. It's tax foreclosure, tax cert. We're going to focus on these two. This is where I want you to play. I want you to start helping and serving people here before they get into this. And then this is a different playground, and we're going to teach this and a lot coming up for that, but that's another day. This is where we can help people. And then when you get these delinquent lists in the 1 to 5 years, when they're in that period of not getting their stuff seized or getting certificates, this is when we can start serving humans and helping out. So that's the process. You get a delinquency, you get a tax lien, and then it goes on and on and on, and then tax foreclosure. Does that make sense?
A little bit, yeah.
All right. So did I lose you anywhere along my chicken scratch?
Delinquency is the delinquency and tax lien are kind of new words to me.
All right. So a lien is really just someone putting it's really just a claim, and think of it as on a house. So if your father, Jose, let me borrow $100, all right, I might say, hey, take my house put a lien on my house. So he's going to attach that $100 to my house. It's just a piece of paper that says, I owe you. Sorry for the fat. Let me see if I can reduce this here. It's an I owe you $100. And if I don't pay you, you got my house here, bud. You got a position on my house. It's a claim. It's a lien. So when I don't pay that $100 to your father, if I did that for just like the taxes, if I stopped paying for an X amount of time, so let's say 5 years, if that was the law, your father could start to petition to take my house for $100. Crazy. And there's people that get properties because of things like this, where they stop paying their taxes and the government just says, hey, listen, like, we're not asking for any more. You owe us $100 a year. It's been 5 years. We want our $500 back. And people come in and go, after a certain period, they go, I could pay it. And then they go, all right, anyone else? The family, are you going to pay? And they say, nope. Then you get the property for $500. It's not as simple as that, but it's a lien. Does that make a little bit more sense? It's just an attachment.
Yeah.
We all owe something to somebody, right? So, and then the other thing was delinquencies. Well, the delinquencies is I'm delinquent. So it's just, think of it this way, is that, I'm delinquent on those payments. I didn't pay your father for 5 years. So I'm delinquent. So now your father's telling everybody, Jose says, hey, Justin hasn't paid the $100 and he owes me now, $400 on year 4. And he's going to raise it he's going to put me on a list of he's a bad boy list. And now I'm on a list that's, the delinquency. That's all it is. Think of it as me, but it's just a house instead. The house is delinquent on tax. So you're on the naughty list. Fair to say? You're probably always on the naughty list. I'm joking. You're not. You're a good kid. You're a good kid. So, all right. Let's go into a little bit of, well, any questions, brother, from there? Anything else? Anybody in the side chat? So Rebecca says, when you claim the house, how much so you pay after? It's a long story. It's a long, there's probably a long answer there, but if you go through that process, here, I'll show you again. We go through the process of the delinquent, then we go to the lien, then we go to a cert, a certificate. They issue a piece of paper. And that's when like someone can step in and claim it. Well, I said, we're going to do a lot more teaching on this. And then you have a redemption period, they call it. The owners can come within a certain amount of time and redeem this certificate. And then after that, after that, it can go to foreclosure. Someone could take the property. Now it varies by state, but then this could go to the new owner. So it's a process. Listen, we don't have to go that far. We want to, like I said, we want to hang out with people that are delinquent on their taxes and that they are getting these liens. I don't want to go too far in the weeds. I'll show you a property. Actually, I just brought it on I gave someone a credibility sheet on some deals that we've done. Let me look up this property right here. I did a, what is it? 8 Stair Falls, Rochester. This was a great seller financer. I'll check it out right here. This is a real deal that I own, real house that I own. And this was a tax delinquent list. So this woman, she was in a bunch of all sorts of stuff going on. And this property did not look like that. But this is just a little Cape home. And let's see if the old look. Oh no, it's a new look. Yeah, and we did some renovations on it. We did a bunch of things to it, but it was in disrepair inside and out. And she owned it free and clear. So Ezra, she had no mortgage on here, but she owed the government, all right, 5 years of back tax. So she was like $54,000. Our taxes get higher up here. $54,000 in back taxes. So what I ended up doing is she called me. I didn't know about this yet. She called me and she said, Justin, I want to sell my house. So, okay, great. I'll come see you. And we went up and I did the appointment and I gave her a cash offer and we did a creative offer. All right. I usually give some options. And she then proceeded to tell me, she's like, oh, well, I do owe, quite a bit on taxes. So I went and looked it up and sure enough, it was a substantial amount of money. But so what I did was we ended up going under contract and I ended up calling the tax assessor. All right. The tax department, whatever you want to call it. And I asked them about it. I said, hey, listen, hey, I'm trying to help this woman. I can get her more money if I could do something with the taxes. Guys, this doesn't happen often. They gave me that $54,000 subject to. I made payments on this. So I took over her taxes and made payments after I took title. This is a longer story, but I paid them $250 a month. They gave me the layaway plan on that $54,000 because I told them, I just asked. It's the craziest thing. Well, I'll tell you, like after a couple of years, they found out like, oh, who gave you that permission? The attorney, the treasurer, the town manager gave me that. Someone wasn't happy, but too bad, so sad. We made the agreement, and that woman she got $25,000 more because I asked that question, and I didn't have to come up with a $54,000 tax bill at closing. So pretty cool. I gave her like my down payment to the house. Again, I didn't want to get in the weeds there, but like, guys, you got to just ask sometime. You just have to get out of your own way, right? Sometimes we just have to ask. All right. So these deals are possible. That was a free and clear house, seller finance. The only thing she owed is tax. So let's go into, what was the question you asked? and the homeowner make monthly payments on their back payments. Yeah, Scott, they'll work with you. Now, again, every area is completely different. And I would say like you got to just results may vary. I keep saying that. What do you think? We doing all right? All right. We'll get into something that's a little bit more digestible. We'll go into dairy. You know dairy. We have some stuff there. So Ezra, I want to show you. Well, Ezra, how about this? Any questions from there?
Oh, I get it.
So do you think that we could muster up some courage, maybe on a day your father has off, or when you get home from school, your father works hard, gets up early, he comes home probably somewhat early, but he also needs to sleep early. Sleep goes to bed early. What do you think about you guys trying to just like pop over to, bro? You could even take your bike, maybe, I don't know, but like, or mom can take you, but going to the local city halls, town halls, and starting with like a violation list, and then
Yeah,
I would just go ahead, brother.
I'd be down to do that.
All right. And I would ask them too. I would just play dumb. Say, hey, where can I obtain, do you have any local tax information? They may be tracking the local and they may report it to the county. So that would be the perfect scenario. Um, let's show next on what we do now and how we actually get these lists and how we upload those into Deal Sauce. And then you're going to see, I want to show everyone like the magic of, you're not even going to see tax liens sometimes. That's the power of these lists. So I'll show you how these lists come in. Let's go right here. Let's go. Sorry, guys. We did one today. My assistant went to a random place in North Carolina. She went to Mecklenburg County in North Carolina. So I think that's Charlotte. I see Charlotte here. So these addresses all came up. Now these are prime and ready to go into Deal Sauce. This is the format Deal Sauce wants. But we ended up with a tax delinquent list from Mecklenburg County. And what's on it is, oh my goodness. Oh, there's thousands. We have 2,300, 20, almost 2,400. There we go. Crazy. Here we go. So about 2,500 are on this list. Pretty great. So this is one county, all current to date. But guys, they could be 25 cents delinquent or they could be 25,000 delinquent or more. And that's where you have to understand. And sometimes they'll give you these lists that look just like this and they'll make you do some of the homework. And other times they're going to give you, like I showed you earlier, it's going to be 15 line items and they're going to give you everything. But for Deal Sauce, this is what I want you guys to do. This is the format we need. We only want to see. So if you are, it doesn't matter what list you're going to do. If it was driving for dollars, if it was, I don't care, driving around, getting your own list. If you're going to go get the violation list, you put it in that format and you bring it into Deal Sauce and we're going to upload it and we're going to really see what's going on. Because listen, again, you can't see mechanics liens, you can't see divorces, you can't see inheritance, you can't see mortgages, you can't see any of that stuff from the county level. So let's go into Deal Sauce and I'll show you guys how we do this. Pretty cool. All right. So guys, Deal Sauce, if you don't have it, what are you doing? SauceMyDeals.com. Go get your free trial. You can do this. You can follow along. And come in here. You guys, we have videos in here for everything. So you're going to welcome to the launch pad. You're going to have all your welcome videos. Come in here. We got buy boxes. We got training. There's a bunch of stuff. Just the tip of the iceberg. But for this instance, we're going to go into residential properties. And you're going to see this tab up here. It says upload. This is one of my favorite features. And what this is we let you upload up to 5,000 on a list, properties, but it has to be, you have to follow this format. And it's the format I just showed you. It's a CSV file. And then you can click a little sample. It's going to show you just what they want. It's only 4 items. So let's go do this. Go into my files. I can probably just click and drag this in here. Now, oh, I didn't want to do that one. All right, we'll do it the old school way. boy. Let's get back to deal sauce. What do you say, Gwen? We'll do it the old way. I heard Paul. Paul said he was going to get scolded. I was on it. Listen, Paul, here's the thing. Paul just made a good comment. Guys, I'm gonna break for 1 second. Paul just said Pace will scold us for getting deal sauce without the buyer first. Last night Zoom. I was on it. But what Pace didn't talk about, because he's a busy man, is that you get your buyers in here. Guys, this is the real estate investor card in here. All right. Buyers, wholesalers, and lenders. You want money, you want deals. So let's say Oregon. Let's just go find it real quick, and then we'll go back to what we were doing. But Paul made a good point. He's looking for buyers, because let's say Paul's a bird dog, because he said it. Can't get it yet. Well, right now there's only 2 under this that are only buying there, but let's say it's California and Oregon. And let's do another state. North Carolina. There's 42. So again, you have multiple states and multiple people doing deals. So here you go. Let's see who this buyer is. Nathan. Oh, David Ross. Just talk to him. These are buy boxes. Find out what they're doing. Align with them. Lenders, wholesalers, all welcome in here. So this is for you guys. So I would say go find your people in here. My buy box is in here. Eric's is in here. Our friends are in here. And get yourself a buy box. Even if you are a bird dog, I want to come find you maybe. Maybe I need a bird dog and I want to see who you are. Please do us a favor. Talk about who you are. All right. Back to it, Ezra. Let's do this. All right. So we're going to go into upload. Get rid of that. I'm going to give you the tax delinquent list that I just did. All right. You're going to probably get like 800 properties out of here. So a tax delinquent, I put it in the format that it's asking. I'll show you the format again. Guys, all we are asking is a street address, a city, a state, and a zip. I don't want to know the homeowner's name. I don't want to know their dog's name. We don't want any of that. We just want those 4 criteria points. Once that is complete, you can hit upload. Now again, up to 5,000. Give it a few minutes, not even a few minutes, sorry, babe. And it's going to spit out all the addresses we can find. Now, if some of them fall off, meaning if they don't capture every one of them, that's okay. They might be in the commercial. They might be an address snafu, right? Like the address is a little different, but look at this. I pulled the list. My assistant pulled the list recently, and we're going to market this. And it's just a local area up in our neck of the woods. But again, guys, rinse and repeat this wherever you are. It doesn't matter. And we just uploaded 845 prospects. I didn't pull this list. We uploaded it. But here's the cool part. They're on the tax delinquent list. Are we seeing that they're tax delinquent, Ezra? We're not.
Yeah.
We have high equity, cash buyer, another one, high equity, free and clear, high equity. These are all great signs. Now, like, look at this, free and clear. This is a driving for dollars house all day. All right. So these folks are on the list. You're uploading the list. Now we can manipulate this. Let's really look at it in depth now. Deal Sauce is going to tell us each strategy that this person, we know they're a tax delinquent list, but we're saying 48, we know are tax delinquent. So it could be really bad tax delinquency. We have 2 that are on market. We have 37 that are long-term owners. We have absentee owners, 244. That is what I love to see, meaning they do not live at the property. They may even be out of state. Investors, free and clear, 300 of them. Upside down, 18 of them. Low equity, high equity, active investor owned, cash buyers. This is great stuff. Potentially inherited. Right here is a great one. These 6 right here is where I would go sniper right away. Let's go take a look at them. All right, so we're showing that they're out there on the marketplace. And now we would just market this. But look at this. The coolest part. We have Laura. Laura is at this address. We've had it. How long has she had it for? She owns it. No mortgage. She ended up getting an executor's deed. Market it. She's behind. Now, your tax list might tell you information that no one knows, how much she owes now. Now you can revert back to your list and see, maybe you only want to add the people that are, $1,000 or more that they owe in taxes. Well, we got Robert here. You got his phone number, you got his residential phone number, you got potentially another email address. So we have 3 means of communication right here. I'm going to call them. You can call again. You can also send them an email. Hey, my name is Ezra. Robert, I, noticed that you have a property in Hillsborough. Let's even see if he lives there. Could be an absentee owner. Yeah, he lives in my town. He doesn't even live there. And you just ask the question. So, and you got Mary McCarthy, that could be an inherited. So Mary was probably maybe a mother, and it's still showing, Robert now is the owner. It depends on how that process goes, right? But it's starting to see inherited. Yeah, potentially inherited. That's all you want to do is just ask a question, or you just write a little note at night, guys. And we could talk about marketing too on all of these, but let me just go a little bit deeper into this, onto some of the strategies, and then we could talk about marketing. But this is exactly what I would do. Free and clear, no. Board investors, absentee. I love those absentees. So 3 out of the 6 are absentee. Do you know what an absentee means?
It's when no one's there.
Dang it. You got me. You got it. All right. Let's go into, how about this one? Free and clear is great. A lot of seller finance. Yeah, the absentees. And we're going to layer this a little bit deeper. Now, we could layer this by bedrooms. Hey, we can really filter it down for my co-living people, for my folks that maybe just want multifamily. We can remove half of these and just go multifamily. Again, decision's ours. But let's go into, I want to go out of state. So they do not live in the state. How many out of that? 89 people do not live in state. It's awesome. Out of 100 prospects, that is, 100 doesn't sound like a lot, or 89, but that's a good start. And I would say some of the things I would do, again, let's talk about marketing a little bit, brother. What do you say? How to get a hold of these people?
Yeah.
So we can get that list. Let's say you got a violation. Got a violation list, or you got the tax delinquency. You uploaded it. Upload into Deal Sauce. From there, it's going to spit out your results, right? You can pick whatever you want now. It can go any which way because you have the results. There were 900 results. It's going to be all these different avenues that you can go into, right? It's going to be those board investors. It's going to be this, that, and the other thing. But at the end of the day, I would pick one at a time. And let's just say there was going to be out of state. And you're going to take these digestible lists. I would export this, and I'll show you how to do all this. We're going to take that list. You're going to export. The cool thing about Deal Sauce is it's when you do that export. All right. Yeah, I'll show you right here, brother. Nothing like taking the action. All right. So we got this list. It's going to be those 89. I'm going to take this whole thing. I could filter it by all these different things. I can look at bathroom counts. I can look at, the last sale date, market listing, how far it is away from me. I don't really care right now. I want the whole list because maybe I can aggregate it by, I don't know. I have some AI in here. You know what? I don't care. I really don't. Owner name, doesn't matter. Let's pull the list. In my lead bucket, I'm going to download. I'm going to download everything. I want everything out of here. And this is only going to take a few minutes. You're going to get all the phone numbers, all the emails, everything you need. And when it's ready, it's going to populate right here. And it's always going to sit right here. So we're always keeping that list for you. You can always go back to it. So while that marinates, let's go into, I think it already downloaded. We'll do that export, right? And from here, we're going to have phone numbers. You're going to have emails. You know, maybe you make it Ezra buys houses, or Ezra. Gosh, I listened to someone today. They had a really fascinating name, but it was almost like not a solutions, but you don't have to have a company name, but it's just Ezra helps. Something along those lines, right? And there's another means of communication right there. But also, like, we can text, bro. You can get a Google Voice line, get a Gmail account. It's all free, and you can do a Google Voice if you don't want to use your cell phone. And you can do this from a computer. You can text and call from the computer. That's the cool part. And then I think, correct me if I'm wrong, someone might know better than I am, but I'm pretty sure you can get this area code to match wherever you want to be. So, you know, if they have the area code available, you can get the Google Voice number for free with an area code that matches where you are doing business, even if it's remote. Let's say you don't want to do it in your backyard. You can still do that. All right. Then we're just going to go reach out to these people. But what I like to do is direct mail on some of this. Now, we're going to do all these methods potentially, but brother, you come home at night, you might be exhausted, you got sports, whatever it is, homework's done. And even with your father, same thing. And my daughter sitting next to me knows this. Do we do a lot of stamping when we used to do a lot of our direct mail? Did you do a lot of stamping? She says yes. So what we would do is, you know, you can get a postcard. I don't care what it is. You can get index cards. All right. Flashcards. And you just put, hey, it's Ezra. I don't care what you're saying. We can go scripts all day, but it's just, hey, I'm local in the county, whatever it is. And my father and I are a family that helps homeowners, you know, stressful situations. Again, we can think of the script, and you're going to change it all the time. And you want to change it sometimes to the cadence of what you're actually achieving, or what the list might be. If you're talking to an investor, it's like, hey, my father and I are looking to get our first rental, looking to get our first investment property. We've been trading and working hard and working on houses. I think it's time we want to get our own. I was just wondering if you're ever interested in selling. Bro, oh my goodness. There are so many mom and pop investors, old school. And I told you about this, Jose, like those old school guys. I just love them. Sometimes they just want to know that they're going to pass the torch, and then they are going to give the gift of you doing real estate, bro. There's a lot of people like, I want to pass the torch. I don't want to pass the torch to ugly home buyers. I want to pass the torch to a family and start them off. I'm going to get paid for my deal. Don't worry about that. But I also want to feel good doing it. Does that make sense? Like, that's what I love so much. So I do the same strategy all the time, and depends on who it is. But again, and then I might just get an envelope. I might buy envelopes on Amazon or some Chinese envelopes, wherever it comes from. I don't care where it is, red, green, something with color, bro. It looks like a birthday card, a birthday envelope. And tell me you're not going to pick that up. It's got on the front of it, the front of the envelope, you got the stamp, you got your return address, and you get your mailing address here. Bro, this isn't all computer generated. This isn't all flat. It's not like a robot mail. They're going to know it's handwritten. That's the beauty of it. And it's in a colored envelope. And you're like, what the heck is this? They open it. It's probably if they see it, it's probably got a 95% open rate. And it's just about the message. It's just not slamming things down their throat, not trying to say, I'm going to home buyers, this and that. We're going to solve all your problems as is. No strings attached. I'll pay for closing. That's baloney. Don't do it. Just like bring it from here. It's just, my father and I are in the home buying business or investing. We're helping families. Whether we help you and we just help you and that's it, keep your home, or we help you and we can get you the most, the easiest transaction that this can ever be. We're here to provide value, essentially just kind of coming from that angle. And brother, all day. So, and then you guys need to just figure out how you're going to have a communication. But the best communication is inbound. We want people reaching back to us. Nothing better than, you put the telephone number, all right, and then, whatever, 853-226 blank. And now it's like, call me. Now we just need to make sure we pick up the phone. So, Jose, that might come down to you. Or you guys have a line that, yeah, it needs to be answered. And people call all hours. So I'd say like you probably have the most success on being able to, call back. So Jose, just put your number. Oh, this is Ezra's dad, Jose. I saw Ezra said you guys were doing things. They're gonna love it. So we talked about, getting organic lists in our backyard. All right, county, local, violation, water shut off. There's a bunch of them. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to like how we can manipulate this. So let's go back into Deal Sauce. I want to show you guys some of the other things. So we'll reset this. All right, you'll get that list. It's right here. See if I can bring it back up. 1 second, guys. Is everyone getting some value from this? I know it's a little bit weird, a little bit longer, a little bit dialed out, a lot of stretched out. You guys doing all right out there in Zoom land?
Yeah, questions have been pretty good. Nothing burning. As you know, as Ezra is looking at a new strategy, so many different types of violations to go after. Would you recommend that he or anybody else listening really focus on one just to get their messaging down? Or is it just, anything and everything coming back at you and you can figure it out from there?
What you saying with the outbound messaging? Oops, sorry.
No, the type of delinquency, right? So do you care, or you just want to see anybody that's in trouble that may need some help?
Here, I'll show you guys the list that I have right here. I'm not going to probably reach out to someone who's, let me see, who's like owes 25 cents because they omitted the change on their check, right? They owed $3,000.
Of course, yeah. The grass is too long. That's an easy fix.
Oh, that's great. Let me see if this one, Eric, you can see this right here.
Yep.
So at the end, what does this even say? So this is an actual list I got today and adjustments. So here, look at.
All right. So you want to sort by amount owed, nothing else.
You could. Yeah, you could, but you're going to see all these down here. You got these different, condos, whatever they are, but I think I already deleted I think I deleted earlier, some of the homeowners names. Sometimes you won't get the homeowners names. No, it doesn't really matter right now, but let's see what these totals look. Billings. So they owe 7,000. Now it's 7,015 cents. Now it's 7,040 cents. This one, like you'll see I would do the comparison between the 2 or 3, because this is, they would build this number. Then I think it's every 6 months. So this could be, oh no, maybe not. I was gonna say they're going up like 25 cents. I don't know.
$25.
Or $25. Yeah. Whatever it is, like every period. So I would like to see the delta between some of these where there's a big difference. Now, earlier I just thumbed through it. I didn't see anything crazy. I've seen some pretty wild ones, but I saw a 25,000 on here. But look at this one paid off. So this one had a 2,900. He made a payment and he still owes $319. Or that's where it's up to now. So, you get all these different, you just pay attention to this. But yeah, we have some really small ones. I don't know what the smallest one would be. We can filter it by couple $100. $2.48. But let's look for 15,000. He's not that fabulous. I'd say there's some I've seen some couple $100,000 before where they're just 20,000 right here. So I'd say let's go back to that. All right. So the owner's remote. This is probably an investment property. 22 Manchester Road. You know, you can look that up, but this owner owns a bunch of stuff here, or he's got a bunch of units. So it's probably retail units, I'm guessing. They're all 15, 14, 20. They're in the teens, the taxes. And he owes all of that. So he's $100,000 behind, and maybe retail is killing him. So like, think about the business side of this right now. You know, this could be a strip mall where now someone who's not just doing residential, you can prosper, you know, in all areas here. So yeah, are you able to talk tonight about strategies on how to help homeowners keep their property and keep them to pay off their lien? Um, you know, we can. I mean, I would like to do that that was actually a topic today that I was thinking about that we can continue on with. Because we're going to do a lot more tax. I think a lot more taxes to come. So good question, Deborah. All right. So Ezra, I'm going to bring this back up and then I can let you go. We have the list now. All right. So for my folks out there, I just want to show you. So for my folks that have a basic subscription with Deal Sauce, you can still achieve all of this. All right. So I happen to have the hut that's active. Just want to let you guys know. So I can still upload. You can do all the things. The one thing you may not see are the phone numbers that are going to populate right at the top here. All right. There's phone numbers. There's a bunch of extras that come with this. Now, if you don't have the Deal Sauce, of course, you can go and get it. There's 3 free days. Saucemydeals.com. I'll just put it out there because I will forget. So here's the deal. You can still do everything we talked about. I don't have the tab handy right here, but you're going to see a button that says lead trace. If you do not have the phone numbers in the card, lead trace, it's 10 cents. So yes, this business does cost a few dollars. Ezra, if you were going to come in here and do some skip tracing, I'd like to tell you, like, brother, there's ways of doing it. You can collaborate with someone. You can give a list to someone. You could pay 10 cents per. There's ways of doing this. But for my folks out there who want to do this on mass scale because they want to email, they want to call, they want to text, and they want to take the whole, 2,500 person list, that 2,500 person list is a $250 skip trace. All right. So the business does cost some money. All right. But let's say you didn't want to do that, Ezra. Let's say I didn't have any money, because this is all about that. This is about the kids right now. So even to my daughter, it's true. Ooh, if I can spell, truepeoplesearch.com. I didn't even spell it right, but I'm sure it'll be fixed. Brother, you can do one off at a time. All right. So I want to make sure that you know that. You don't have to pay anything. You can go get that tax delinquent list. All right. You can get it from, I guess, essentially here, whatever list you get. All right. One at a time. Maybe you have a small list of 6 people you want to target. Bro, that's easy. You can do that in your sleep. Can you do the ones to search LLCs? Good question. I would probably start with reversing and going we do LLCs in our skip trace, but LLCs are meant for, anonymity. So results are going to vary on that as well. Those are harder to obtain, but you can still do that here. You have the address, phone number, all that stuff, city, state, and then you'll populate. So Ezra, that is your free method if you do run into any problems and searching here. But yeah, that's for everybody here. Your hot package will include all of this stuff. Any questions, Ezra?
No, no. You explained it pretty good.
I appreciate you hanging out. I want to open up some questions, guys. Like this, it's that easy. Like, and there's no frills of any of this game. But there are questions out there that folks have. Please let me know, because I jumped around to different screens. I do have this sheet. Last thing I'll share with you guys.
I was gonna ask a quick question real quick,
Sure,
Justin.
brother.
So with the hot, then you don't have to worry about any skip tracing, is that correct?
No skip tracing, but you also get the stuff that Eric's working on. Here,
Oh,
I'll show you. Yeah, you'll get like all the What is a hot package? Is an extra cost? Yeah, Luigi, there is. It's yeah, let me just go into it for you guys. We are souping up these packages, and there's gonna be more to come. So I'm gonna tell you guys, like, get in now. We're gonna before two Deal Sauce 2.0 comes out. Eric was on the meeting today. Was Eric's one of his first, like, with the new developers and the new team and the new things that we're talking about, and the implementations. It's gonna be pretty epic.
Yeah.
So the question was the hut, right? Here, let's get you guys.
Yeah. So the quick version, Jose, is yeah, if you're doing like one-off searches, you don't need to skip trace it because as you can see, everything is right there. So if you're not going at scale and you're not pulling a list of 1,000 homes, um, and wanting to skip trace all those, and you're only interested in 351 Daniel Webster Highway, you're going to have the info right at your fingertips. That said, if you are pulling that list of 1,000 homes, as soon as you export it, it's going to have all the information that you would have had to skip trace. It's
And
all just
that's
included.
Yeah, that's with the hot package. Then you also get this investor. It says find investors. You get this investor bundle. There's a bunch of other things that are here that we barely even talk about. But I'll just show you guys, because if someone's like, "Hey, I want to find a fix and flipper. I want to find someone who's to buy it." This is one of the ways. But we'll just go into Mesa, Arizona. It's an easy one. You can do any area, of course, but it's we have the ability now to find fix and flippers, landlords, note holders, and private money lenders. So like this one, I want to find flippers that flip between 2 properties and 20 properties, because I don't want Open Door. I don't want Zillow. I don't want the big hedge funds, because I probably can't even get a hold of them. Although they're in here, you got all these people that come up here. So you got AZ Homes. They flipped 16 homes recently. Their average profit's about 100 grand. Their average purchase is only 150,000. So they're probably buying like mobile homes. This person buys $300,000 houses. You can see what we're doing here, right? This one's his average purchase is 370,000, and his average profit's about 93,000. Everyone makes about 100 grand. That's what I've been seeing. Private money lenders, all that's in here. So that's what you also get with the hut. And then I don't talk about this ever, Eric. Let's bring up an address, because we're just so focused on everything else. But let's just look at this. I just clicked the random address. But what we get is buyer match AI. Now, if you're in the boonies, we'll see who it brings up. But where this is also included in that hut subscription. All right, look at it. So it's ranking 93 buyers, 1 through 93, who buy homes in my backyard. So this is really the click of a button, and it shows that this person's a landlord. Oops, sorry, guys. It shows that this person's a landlord, a flipper. This one's just a flipper. Landlord, flipper, 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 landlord. So you guys see what I'm getting at, right? Jared, Lance, Jennifer. These are all people. Give them a call. And then here's the thing. This is why I actually sold a deal to this guy. You get his property.
You can go and you can see what type of properties they're actually working on. So if you have a 10 unit, but these guys are only doing a 2-1, you may not waste your time. But if it matches exactly what you have, you're golden.
So like Lance Romance is doing deals all over the place. And you got his 13 properties. We can go view those. I'm going down the rabbit hole here, but I think you understand what I'm getting at. There's your buyers. And then we know what Lance does. And then, well, it says Robert Epstein. Man, maybe that's our Epstein's brother. But whoever that is tied to Lance Billings. So maybe it's his manager, maybe it's a financial guy. Some of the stuff you have to do some weeding, but at least you have a name to start off with. Bella Holmes. So I hope someone was asking, like, what else does it include? How do your taxes apply when they do it as physical individuals? All right, we'll get to those questions in a second. I got sidetracked on that. Sorry about that, guys. Good question, though. Last piece. I'm going to share this with everybody. At the end, I'm going to drop this in. I thought it was a pretty dope little handout that we generated. And I'm going through what we talked about again today. Tax delinquent, tax lien, tax certificate, tax foreclosure. It's a process, but we want 1 and 2 are our focus. And look I'm telling you right here, key insights. Work stages 1 and 2. This is like the how-to manual. I should have just gave this to you guys and just shut the Zoom off today, and you guys could have had everything I said. This is much more digestible. Um, how to get the list. County, Florida, Texas, New Jersey, and Illinois are the most data-rich states. Interesting. Go in person. Ask the tax collector or county clerk. Request the tax delinquent tax roll. Free or low cost. Walk next door to the building department. Code violations. Clerk helpful. Just ask directly. Ezra, you're gonna get like the silver spoon service, bro. These ladies are gonna eat you up and pinch your cheeks. They're gonna say my grandson looks like you. It's gonna be so easy, brother. Hey, I'm a local real estate investor looking to help homeowners. There's some scripts in here. I got you for you guys. And Freedom of Information Act. Sorry, the formatting ended up weird there. But your Freedom of Information, I'm telling you guys right here, this is the FOIA request. If you really wanted to email this, you can do this from anywhere in the country. I did it from my office where I'm sitting right here with my daughter, and I did it all the way in Ezra's county. So I got a response. I didn't pay the $110, but I wanted to show that was actually a good thing that we got stonewalled, but we also got success. Talking about seller finance, talking about some structures, how to upload the list, a little bit of deal sauce things. And then I just put my my mugs on there. Just appreciate you guys hanging out. So I'm going to drop this in the side chat for you guys. If that's cool with you. What do you think? Should we give it away? Cool. All right, we will. Questions? I am here for you. Eric's here. Gwen's here. Ezra's here. Jose's here. We're all here. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. All right, we're going to drop this in the side chat. Anyone have anything?
A few just technical questions. Still, number of team members allowed on your Deal Sauce subscription.
Oh, yeah.
Does it change from mild to hot?
Guys, Eric, I was thinking this today. We should probably grandfather people in for when we release Deal Sauce 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever had Deal Sauce, and guys, this is literally the first time I'm telling Eric this today. If someone has Deal Sauce 2.0, I'll just show you what we did. When we released it in 2025, January, all right, you had an admin account holder. We're talking about giving you free spots. We still offer you guys free opportunities here. And you had, I think, 9 seats, way too many. So when the data provider came back and was like, you guys owe us money every month. They go, why? Because they go, you guys are just giving this stuff away. So people above me, people that make decisions financially said, we can't do that, but we love people and we don't want to charge. We don't want to have to pay money, but we also don't want to have to like kill people. So what we're doing, PropStream, they charge $25 a seat. Imagine getting the 10. Now, if you were in 25, you were grandfathered in at the 9 to 10 seats. So there are people that kept their subscription. They have 10 free or 9 free seats in Deal Sauce. That should cost $25 to $35 a seat. We give you that for nothing. So that's what they're talking about, guys out there. And I was just thinking today, Eric, when we release, actually, I'll back it up. 2026, we cut it off January 1. We warned everybody, they're going to cut this off. You better get your subscription in now because you're going from 10 to 3 seats. Now, again, that's still a $50 to like $75 value that we're giving every month. So you guys theoretically could charge, and there are people that are charging like $30 a head. 30,
Just making money off of
30.
it.
Oh, they get a free subscription out of it, or they get like 30, and they pay $30 instead of, $90 or whatever it is. And there are some that are super smart and they go with the hut package because they go, I can pay for the hut package, but it costs me like $40 a month. And they all just JV together and chip in. So that's what we were doing. So I think when we release 2.0, we're building bigger, better, badder software, always improving. Eric, I was thinking that we will grandfather in the people that were back there, back in maybe June prior or May, whatever it is. And I'm thinking that we'll give like AI. We're going to give like a bunch of cool stuff, guys. There's so much stuff in the works. Today we were looking at, you know what, Gwen, I have a rubber. I say too much, don't I?
Always.
Always. So yeah.
And this question came up yesterday, actually. Like, and it may be, may lead to some confusion based on what you're saying, but you don't have to resubscribe or re-sign up for Deal Sauce. It's just going to be an upgrade, the 2.0 version.
Oh yeah, there's no upgrade. Like, it's not going to
Yeah,
cost anybody
it's
any
just
different.
gonna,
We're not taking anything away.
yeah, just adding to
Boom,
it.
more value. What
Yeah.
does Pace do? More value. We give, give, give. Guys, we could have just left it. That's what like a prop stream batch. All those guys that just set it and forget it. Hell no. Hell no. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Is that a swear jar? I have a running swear jar. Ezra, you're probably too old now for the swear jar, but I have one.
I got a quick question, Justin.
Sure,
Uh,
brother. Hey,
so
1 second. Jose, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Guys, I just dropped the playbook, Deal Sauce playbook in the side chat. It was a request. I know I go off on these tangents. People probably want to go home, get off. It's in the side chat. Sorry. Jose, go ahead.
no, just real quick. Is there I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but is there a way, like if you were part of a team of the, one of the 10 seats, is there a way to one of those person to become the admin? From
That question came up a lot at Squad Up. I said, why don't you just subject to that person's seat? This is a creative camp. We are going creative here. That's why like prop stream won't do this because you don't have anyone to talk to. So people go to me, they're like, Justin, what can we do? I'm like, I don't make all the decisions here. Pace gives me a lot of room to make decisions and the team trusts me. But I would say like, bro, we're a creative community. I said like, I'm not going to get in the middle of people's teams. I'm not going to be in charge of them. I'm not going to collect money. I don't want any part of that. However, if someone had an account and they said, hey, I want to voluntary swap my account with someone else, I would take that. And if the team pushed back, I would probably vouch for that person, be like, what? Give it to them. Give it to them. Someone's going to remove themselves. They can't pay it anymore. Let's not remove that opportunity for someone else who's going to take advantage of it. Subject to that bad boy. Let's go. So does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm actually in that situation right now. I just I've been trying to get a hold of the admin and haven't been very successful at that yet. So
Find out, ask. I mean, they're not going to share someone else's information, but put a plea out, put a public plea out. Side chat me. I can try to help you, but I don't try not to get involved in it. But yeah, I would say like if you find someone who's like, hey, I'm gonna probably like give up the subscription. It's got 10 seats on it, bro. That's never gonna come back. I don't think that's gonna ever come back. That's why I told everyone if you were with us for the first year, you're gonna get a give me, and people who are with us for 26, you're gonna get probably a handsome reward too. Um, but yeah, see if you could take it over.
yeah, I mean I'll do it in a second because I mean just what you went over today. I mean it's just it almost seems like if you just you have there's so many different options that you could spend, a few days. And I mean, if Ezra really wanted to, I mean, instead of, doing homework, I don't know. I mean, maybe he still has to.
Still
I
do
don't
some
know.
homework. Uh,
But yeah, definitely. I'm gonna look into that. I reached to a couple of the other seats and we're working on that because I mean things could happen. So like I said, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus or anything, but you know. Um, so yeah, definitely gonna be looking forward to that
cool.
because so
Yeah.
and just to be sure, the 10 spots that's gonna be grandfather in for as long as we keep the account open.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah. And that's why I'll try to put like a line in the sand for even 26. So, folks, again, if you're with us in 2025 or maybe 2026, even, it's like as you we'll put a line in the sand when we do 2.0. And it's like, I'm going to say, like, everyone that stayed with us or just kept on going, like, I like to reward people for like being in the community. I think that's the coolest part of this. And we'll do something. There'll be some features and filters that we put in. And I'll be like, hey, and maybe right before we release, I'll be like, everyone come on board now because, this might be a feature where we went through something today that I've never seen out in the public. Eric, I want to tell everybody so bad. How do I say this? It was like
You
it's
don't.
perfect. I can't. I have to leave some secrets. But guys, like there was something I've never seen out there. There's a bunch of things that are not on any softwares. And maybe we'll do something where it's like if you hang out with us now, it'll be a feature that's just an add-on where someone might have to pay $10 a month or something because there's going to be a lot of those little things a la carte. where it's like, hey, I want late mortgages, or I want just strictly probate, but you give it on a silver platter with all the relatives, all the deceased, all the relatives' names, addresses, phone numbers, all the research is done, bro. That research takes hours of my day before, and we're gonna give it to you for like, oh, we'll see. So like all these things are working. So hang tight. But yeah, we want to do something fun like that. And that's what we did for 25. We'll do something for 26. We'll do something on the new launch. And yeah. And if they want to join a team, go in the side chat. Throw yourself out there. Discord and deal. If you're in one of the communities and you're in deal, what do you call it? Discord. There's a Deal Sauce channel. Go put yourself out there. Put it on the free Facebook group. Put it inside of sub 2. Guys, I have a Deal Sauce account, or I am looking to join someone's team on Deal Sauce because maybe I only have $30 a month to pay until I get my first deal and get going. Then you buy all the tools you need. Anyone have questions? Feel free to raise your hand. If not, we're gonna rock and roll out of here. I mean,
We got a couple hands raised.
oh, cool. You know what? I keep missing on the webinars. Sorry, guys. So Jason, please, what's going on? Can Jason unmute himself? What do we got here? Eric, can you see Jason?
I don't have access. I'm not a host.
I can't. I don't even know if I have the access to that. Let's see if we can do this.
Let's see.
Oh, Amanda says I'm still confused. Amanda, here, let me just show you.
Is Austin still on?
I don't even know if he's still on. Sorry, guys. But I have no idea. I can't even unmute anybody.
Yeah, Jason, if you just want to type your question in the chat. I don't think we have the ability to unmute right at the moment.
Deal Sauce, their support's here. So we have someone. Austin could just be chilling. What's that? All right, I'll show you guys what's going on. We'll do it live. 1 second, baby. Let's do something here. I'm going to share. So someone says, I'm still confused. We'll get you. All right, real quick. So when you come into Deal Sauce, sorry for that, guys. You have the ability to bring under teams. Now this interface is going to look a lot different. Now I got some homies in here. All right. This is an old account, but you can see I got people. Dang, my agent friend, she's 114 days. She hasn't been in here. But a lot of people coming and going, right? Today, a lot of people still using it, doing their thing, right? But this is their team. And these people don't pay a dime. My buddy Eric's right here. I should get him his own account, but he's under my team. So I am the admin. Justin at the top, I'm the admin. I deactivated someone. And then the rest of the team, my assistant's in here. She's an admin also. But guys, they don't pay a dime because we reward people for doing the thing. And so in 2025, we gave this for a full year. If you bought in, you had, I don't know, $250 worth of free seats apparently. And now what we did, we had to redact it now, or we had to just change the rules in 2026. And now you get up to like 2 or 3 team members that can still come on. That's still a tremendous value. But we just reduced it from 10 to like 2 or 3. Hope that makes sense. Does that make sense? All right. Michael, any questions? Or are we going to put this under? Do we have any questions here? Typing in the side chat. Jason said, how do I unmute? Jason, I don't know. We didn't get the admin privileges and someone might be just on the phone or doing something. So
I think he was just asking about the spots that you were talking about, which you just went over. So we should be good there.
cool.
Michael's hands raised. He wants to know filters.
What's the best? Bart says, what's the best browser for Deal Sauce with? I'm on Windows and Android. Number one, we have an app coming out. I feel comfortable saying that. I keep forgetting it. Bill O'Reilly, Brett, do it live. we have an app coming out, but the best browser I would say is I use Safari because I'm a Mac person, but I know Chrome also works. I heard Firefox works.
Mhm.
Other than that, I don't know. But guys, the big thing I've heard is like your cache. Now you're getting to where I'm not a web developer, but you're getting to like if you have issues, clear your cookies, clear the cache, clear all those things, because sometimes it jams up with property searches. And then it says, how do they have no mortgage? That's an anonymous, and that was earlier. So, all right. Could you show how to bring up a lien options you showed earlier? Thanks. Cool. Absolutely. Good question. So you can go anywhere. So first of all, I went to the county clerk's office. Guys, you can scrape some of these counties and some of these offices. Now, I don't think Yamahill County is where Ezra and Jose are, is actually really, if I put a chat bot in here or some sort of AI bot, maybe, but some are way looser than others. So some of these lists you can get right from the websites. I just have to tell you. All right. So be aware of where you are, do the research. Again, results may vary. So that's number one. Number two, if we're going to be in, I don't know, Arizona, let's go to Arizona. Let's go. So we're in the residential side of Deal Sauce, residential filters. Again, I'm going to look for all the assets. I like these assets here. We're going to go to lien information. Now, this is pretty comprehensive. In some states, it varies. You know, I know like the state of Maine doesn't really, they report divorce, but other states don't. So you're gonna get a mixed bag of some of these because they don't always apply to every state. But what am I gonna do? I typically select all. Maybe I get rid of the HOA lien because I don't really care about HOA liens. But let's be real. If you get a tax lien, like tax liens wipe out HOA liens. It's pretty cool. More on another day. But we have 36,000. So let's bring this down. Let's reduce the dates down to like the last year plus. Because after all, most people are still delinquent. We have 15,000. Now this guy's got them all. This guy's going for the gold. He's going for every designation. He's looking to win. This one too. But look, we got free and clear, mechanic lien, mechanics liens, government liens, all the same stuff. And one thing I do have, and we have the AI here, I will aggregate this by maybe the wholesale score. So it's showing more distress typically. And what we're looking for is people that we're looking on the back end that might show signs of distress more than others. And so the higher the wholesale score, the higher the distress. So I aggregated this and it says 893 is the wholesale score. So from here, the highest is 893. And we just keep going. And these people we're saying stuff. AI is telling me there's something going on. Just another way to aggregate the data that we have to get us the most distressed to the top of the list. Does that make any sense? Did you understand that? Do we get how to pull that list, Gwen? Somewhat. Ezra, what do you think, brother? Any other questions? So I think if I was to give you some homework, and Michael and Barbara, please, they didn't give us permission to unchat to put you guys
Unmute
you. So just please put it in the side chat. So Ezra, I would say here, clear cut instructions. We can go get some lists, even if it's local. We can get, I would handwrite. I'd get maybe some postcards, blanks. And then I would also maybe get some envelopes. Now it's going to cost a little bit of money, Dad, for a roll of stamps. But if you do postcard, here's a little secret though. Like you could do the forever stamps. The other thing is if you do it 4x6 postcard, only the postcard itself, no envelope. They have one that's called a postcard stamp. I don't know what the price is today, but it is like, let's say a forever stamp is like 65 cents. I don't even know. Maybe the postcard's like 40. It used to be like 32. Maybe it still is, but it's a significant difference because it's a postcard. It's only 4x6 and you can't send an envelope. It's supposed to just be 4x6, but you can handwrite it almost like the old postcards back in the day, Jose, that no one knows about anymore. We used to write a postcard. Now you just text people and email them. Hey, I'm in Aruba. Good to see
Hmm.
you. Someone gets it like 3 weeks later. Um, that's still intact. So that's how I started when it was like, but I had to put some marketing dollars in. Ezra, you could write them all and just drop them in like mailboxes. Some of the easiest stuff. The higher distress, you guys could door knock, text them, Google Voice, all of those things work. I
Yeah, that's what
can't.
I was thinking. Like like I like how you selected the ones that are like a smaller list. I mean, why not? I mean, when we're out and about, I mean, we just stop by and door knock some of them.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
just be
he can do
careful.
it for that.
Be careful because like they're not. You don't necessarily know if it's not like a pre-foreclosure. So like the pre-foreclosures, of course, are going to be, the time bomb is ticking. These ones are not as bad. So what you want to do is a routine follow-up. That's really the sequence you want with something like this. To me, it's what you do is if you did a mail run of, let's just say it was 200, and depending on your feedback, I would say like I'd love to see that, like, I don't know, maybe 10 to 20 people reach back. Depends on the message, depends on how you're doing. And let's say those 10 to 20 people come off. Well, you're pulling off. Now that's 180 on the next mailer. And maybe in a month, 6 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, depending on the budget, you're mailing that again. And again, brother, you're getting 10 people, 15 come off. So again, what are we doing? Now this keeps going down and down and down until, but here's the thing, you're still following up. You might have a contract by now, but these are all follow-ups. These are all follow-ups. So now you just netted next to like 30 leads. They're not ready today, they're not ready tomorrow, they're ready in 6 months maybe. But you're still going. Guys, this is the sequence. This is how it works. Does everyone understand that? Maybe I can change the color to show you, but we're going to mail 200 people. Out of the 200 people, we're going to go, all right, cool. 10 to 20 answered their phone or they called Jose. All right. But out of the 10 to 20, and let's say even further, maybe you get 2 contracts and maybe you get one deal. One of them doesn't close or something, right? Some inheritance problem or title problem, whatever it is. You got one deal. That's money. Now you can put into marketing, but you still have, I don't know, 10 to 20 on the follow-up. Now you're still marketing that list of 180. You're going to go down and you're going to get another pile of people, more follow-up, hopefully more contracts. But it's also quality conversations. You have 30 leads. You do it again. Once, whatever, we'll just say it's 150. You guys don't have to make me do this, but now we have 30 leads. That turns into now we have 50 leads. We have a pipeline now of leads you just built over the course of like 4 months, potentially. Now, let's say it's not 50 leads. Let's say it's 15. Bro, I got deals when I got going off of 15 leads. Ezra, I just did a deal, well, it was last year, 4 to 5 years of follow-up. You don't know the address, but the house that was creepy. We renovated the whole thing. You and your sister went. The castle's something else. But Ezra, this is the game. You're going to be getting you're going to have a full beard and you're going to be following up with these people. They're like, oh, you were just a kid 2 years ago. Now you have a beard. You came to my door again, signing a contract. Brother, this is the game. It's a paycheck for as long as you stay in it. So, Eric, any more questions?
I know people are having some technical difficulties with the PDF.
Let me see
Some
if
of
I
them
can.
are. Can we put that in the resources? Deal
Guys,
sauce?
Eric is so brilliant. Here's what I'm going to do for you guys. Those who are in Deal Sauce, that's the reward too. Please check this out. We do these resources. We put them in here. Eric's smart. Eric's remembering things. We try to put some of these handouts. I had Jamil in here. Jamil did his comping handout, and we're going to do more. The training's getting all revamped, but we're going to go into training. I think it's what it's files. These are all cheat sheets and things in here. I'm going to drop it in right this second. And you guys will have this in here.
So for those of you who are on your phones or for whatever reason you can't download it, it will live there from now on.
Yep. It's gonna be right in the
So
tool section. Oh no, excuse me, right into the training section.
training, yeah,
Yep.
files.
And it will be in there. I'll drop it in right now. So for those, and I'm sorry if you guys didn't get it's a PDF. Where is the URL? You guys are asking crazy questions. How
It's
do I
been
access
posted 10 times. It's
um,
now in Deal Sauce.
saucemydeals.com is where you can get your to log on, guys, get your free trial. The mild and the hot are both free trials. Saucemydeals.com. Like I said, we're doing a couple of these, and then I would say like get in now. There's going to be some rewards later. I'm telling you, we're always giving. Pace is always giving. So if you want to get the upgrade should be a button still inside of your basic subscription. You can always do that. Will you need to will we send the recording out? Eric, good question. I think it might be in a vault. I will see if I can put it on my YouTube. Michael, you're very welcome. Guys, this was a unique one today. I mean, this wasn't some high level strategy, in my opinion. What I wanted to do is, I wanted to come on. I wanted Ezra and his father to come on to just, get comfortable with having, like, going to the tax office. I wanted to show the photos. I wanted to show you guys that I was there today. I got the list today. It's proof is in the pudding. Um, all the everything was today. I did it today. And now I emailed his county on Monday, and it took subsequent like a couple of days of email to go back and forth. And I could have gotten the list for Oregon if I paid $110 for it. But I want them to see that response that I have never received before. But you go to California, go somewhere else in some other county, and they might just like, sure, here it is. So I wanted you guys to see that. I know it was a little bit unique, but this is some of the best deals. These are free and clear, guys. These are tax liens. You're going to help people, and you're catching them before they go into the tax foreclosure and a tax lien. And that's a whole other strategy where there's a whole other animal of people coming after your deal. So I want you guys, this is like getting it before it goes to the bank pre-foreclosure. You want to save them before they get a pre-foreclosure because everyone starts door knocking. Everyone starts putting paper plates in their door. This is where you get the people before they really open themselves up and cause more damage. But I appreciate you guys all here. Come hang out with us. Anytime, every Tuesday, we're doing webinars. Guys, my YouTube channel at Real Estate Justin. You can get all the, there's a lot of Deal Sauce videos. Jose, do you want people to reach out to you? You guys looking for anything? How do we serve you? What do you need?
Yeah, for sure. So we right now, I could use a couple fix and flips. Got a couple brothers that they're all doing construction. So I have actually a lot that I need to figure out because we bought this house and it came with an extra lot basically. So we need to figure out whether we're gonna do a triplex or maybe even I know co-living is hot. I kind of got to do a little bit of work on whether that would be a good strategy for this town. But yeah, building co-living ground up. Um, but yeah, reach out. I don't know if I can put my number on there.
Yeah, where do you want? Yeah, put your number,
Or your number in the chat.
social, anything.
Yeah, let me see.
Ezra, you're the man, brother. Keep getting uncomfortable. Keep showing up. Try to find some local meetups, sub two meetups. They're always happening.
We were gonna go to there's a meetup in Portland. I don't know what it is, but it's on the 23rd, I think.
28.
Tell them.
Yeah,
So
Robert,
Robert,
running that meetup, and a couple other people from
yeah, Robert's a great guy if you don't know him already,
yeah.
but
All right.
super nice.
All right,
He's
cool.
he's definitely so yeah. We're ready to get going. Thanks so much, Justin. This
Yeah,
was
for sure.
a big eye
Jose,
opener.
I appreciate you just hanging out. And guys, Jose's number is 503-752-8707. I'm squinting like an old man. And guys, he's looking for fix and flips. Tell me the county again. Were you guys looking to fix and flips?
Marion County, Yamhill County, Washington County.
So all in Oregon.
Multnomah. So just to throw out there, Multnomah is like where the main Portland area is, and it's a little bit of a troublesome area, but anywhere else basically.
Love it. So Jose said to get a buy box out there. We'll get that out there too. And if you want to text them, hit them up. Are you on the socials or anywhere? Facebook?
Yes. Instagram probably be the best. The only thing is that so my middle name is Manuel, and I always went by that. So it'll
Cool.
be Manuel is.
Cool. Thank you, Roger. Hey, Eric, what about you? Appreciate you being on here.
Always, man. Always a pleasure.
How do you get a hold of you? Eric.Irv, IRV, Eric.Irv, and Eric's raising capital. Eric's got projects always going, funding him. So you guys want to talk to Eric if you got capital you want to get rid of and or put it into a guy who knows how to talk about money. Knows that money, honey. You know Eric. You know Eric a lot. Yeah. We always see Eric. She's like, hi, Eric. Guys, appreciate you so much. Jose, guys, keep killing it. Ezra, you're the man. Appreciate you being vulnerable. Guys, I'm Justin Tuminowski. You can find me, Deal Sauce channel. Go to YouTube. Look my name at Real Estate Justin or Justin Tuminowski. Deal Sauce, saucemydeals.com. What do you say we hit it? We out of here? Cool. Let's go to bed. All right. Good night, guys. See you in the next one.
Later.